So hello everyone and welcome back to J1 Aviation. So thanks for joining me in economy today on an American Airlines flight from Phoenix to Philadelphia. So in this video, I hope you'll get a feeling for flying American Airlines in economy. So I haven't flown too many other airlines in economy. So let me know in the comments how this compares to other airlines that maybe you have flown in economy. So I arrived in Phoenix on a connection, and I always like to go to the gate right away just to see how things are going. You know, see if it still shows on time. And then when I was there, I got to see the aircraft pulling into the gates. That was pretty cool. So the aircraft was an Airbus A321, and it's a really nice looking aircraft. I like the A321. I watched the gate guided into the gate. You know, it's always a good feeling to see the aircraft on the gate. You know, at least the previous flight has arrived, so that's one step closer to an on-time departure. Now, there were other flights in the boarding area, so the boarding area was quite full. I left the boarding area and grabbed a sandwich from a little shop, some chips for the flight, you know, because that's really your only other option other than buying food on board, which I rarely do. Then, you know, boarded when my group was called. So we boarded about 30 minutes before departure time, so that's another good sign for an on-time departure. There really wasn't that much congestion on the jet bridge. You know, it always backs up a little bit when you get down towards the aircraft. You know, now unfortunately I wasn't getting into one of these, you know, first class seats. No, you know, my seat was way in the back. Actually, it's about 2/3 the way back. So you don't really realize how long some of these planes are until you're walking to your row, you know, to get to your seat. I would say the seats weren't really that bad. Now, I never have much room in economy, so my expectations are pretty low when it comes to leg room, especially, you know, on the flights when every seat is filled. You know, I didn't have any bag for the overhead, just my check bag, which I put under the seat. You know, so I have quick access to everything, my food, laptop, whatever that I need for the flight. And then, you know, when I boarded, the whole row was still open, so that was cool. So of course, you know, you're having these dreams that, you know, the row will be open for the whole flight, but of course, you know, that didn't happen, and the whole row ended up being completely filled. So the seat has a, you know, phone holder and has a tray table. You know, that's all pretty standard. Oh yeah, and there's a baby sitting right behind me, so that I could tell right away that would make for an interesting flight. But, you know, actually the kid was pretty good. You can see there's 2 power outlets here. There's a USB outlet for your phone. There's also, you know, a power outlet down low for your laptop or whatever. And, you know, I like sitting in the row right behind the wing. It seems to make for pretty good pictures. So, you know, boarding does take a while. You know, you can see the empty seats here, but it ended up being a pretty full flight, you know, by the time everyone boarded and got sat down. So, oh yeah, and the air vents, you gotta love those. You gotta turn those on, make sure air is flowing, you know, even though it doesn't seem like much is coming out, still good. You know, pushing back, got the safety announcements. And then we're taking off. So I do like the takeoffs, you know, just to feel the power, you know, the engine sounds, you know, it's always one of my favorite parts. And it's always amazing to think that, you know, it's the wind flowing over the wings generating lift, which is the reason you're flying. So, I mean, that's actually pretty incredible. And it doesn't seem possible that the wind flowing over the wings can lift this, you know, big heavy aircraft into the sky. It's really amazing. So, you know, in Arizona, Phoenix, it was a clear day. Great viewing opportunities for most of the flight. I was following along on the map for the flight, and I tried to get like little videos of every state that we flew over, you know, so I'll add captions for that as we go through. You know, the states sort of all blended together. You know, some states are a little bit unique, others, you know, kind of flow one to the other. You can't really tell what the difference is. So it was clear on both ends of the flight, but the middle of the flight, it was a little overcast down below. So didn't exactly get clear shots of all the states, but the first few, as you can see, you know, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, it was pretty clear. So an hour or so into the flight, they came around, you know, checking if you wanted to buy something to eat. Also, they were passing out, you know, the usual cookie and drink. I do really like those cookies, and also, you know, dug out my sandwich and chips that I had bought on the ground. So after they finished with the beverage service, they came through the cabin, you know, twice for trash. and then after maybe another hour or so, they came through with another beverage service, and then towards the end of the flight, they came through for trash collection again. So in-flight entertainment, with American Airlines, you can connect to their onboard Wi-Fi for free, and then with that you get access to all their collection of entertainment. So you can usually find something there to occupy you. Now, this flight from Phoenix to Philadelphia was over 4 hours long, so you definitely need something to help you pass the time. And with these clips of the different states, I threw in an extra one for Pennsylvania, since that's my home state. So I'm a little bit partial to it and all the great scenery that's in Pennsylvania. So about 4 hours after we took off, we were pretty much ready to land in Philadelphia. It was clear skies again on the East Coast, so visibility is great looking out the window. So just some final thoughts. So I haven't flown all the domestic U.S. carriers, so I can't really, rank the service with others, but it was decent. I like flying American Airlines. They have a hub in Philadelphia where I usually fly out of, so it's convenient for me. The in-flight entertainment was okay, until you start to fly them a lot, and then you realize that you've watched all the interesting things and there's nothing left to watch. I mean, I suppose you could pay for in-flight Wi-Fi for internet access, but I haven't done that. The basic in-flight service is quite minimum. On nearly a transcon flight, you get 2 beverage services, that's it. I mean, that makes sense. They're trying to get everyone to buy things these days and create more revenue. The aircraft itself was clean, the seat was okay, the power outlets actually worked, which is not always the case. The flight attendants were courteous with the limited engagement I had with them. So that's about it for this one. I'm thinking I might try a different airline in the future, so let me know what your preference is for domestic economy. So thanks everyone for watching, and have a great day.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off, and keep the aisles clear of all carry-on items. Take a moment to check your seat back pocket for any personal items, like tablets and cell phones. When you open the overhead compartment, be careful, as items may have moved in flight. And thank you for choosing American Airlines.
Welcome to Philadelphia, where the local time is 4:06 p.m. For your safety and safety of those around you, please remain seated. Please seatbelt fast until we wrap the gate. Seatbelt sign is turned off.